That's off. Okay. I'm gonna see if there's anyone else waiting. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm Elizabeth, if we don't know each other yet. I am going to talk a little bit about my recent experience with doing vendor events. I love social media. I love the flexibility of social media. Hey.
It's backwards together.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Hey, mommy's working. Okay, can you go see daddy?
No, I need go quiet time.
Okay, thank you. I love the flexibility of being here with my kids, right? Working on social media and having that ability. But I personally love talking to people about Q Science in person. So once I had the ability to, I knew I wanted to get involved with vendor events. I recently did one the day before Easter. It was an Easter egg festival in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is about an hour away from me. And it was, I think the attendance was 14,000 people. It was massive. It was held at this like big boardwalk center. And I had the opportunity to get involved, and I was like, I'm just going to take the opportunity. It's probably going to, it was an investment. I'm not going to lie. It was an investment. It cost me about $250 to between the vendor fee and buying the equipment I needed, but it was an experience for me. Now I don't necessarily think that I'm going to be doing that on a regular basis unless like my sales like quadrupled and that was something that was relatively feasible. But I don't think that that's something I'm going to do on the regular basis. That being said, it was a really great experience. I met a lot of really cool people. I got some sales from it. Sorry, guys. I just realized there was someone in the waiting room. I got some sales from it. It was an opportunity to get in front of people. And let me tell you guys something. Every single person I talked to there had never heard of Q Sciences before. Not a single person I talked to that day knew about Q Sciences. And that was a massive eye opener for me. What that told me was we need to expand. I don't know if you guys have probably known that we did several trainings here in Arizona. I know Brooke Lloyd is really trying to work on this Arizona area to try and expand. And so I have been to 2 corporate events in the last 2 months, which was really, really, really helpful for me growing as a business owner, and really hoping to get as many people in Arizona exposed to Q Sciences as possible. So the event was a really great experience. Like I said, it was an investment. It cost me a good amount of money to get my tablecloth and my canopy and like all the things I needed to set up. If you're interested to see what my setup looked like, please let me know and I will send you pictures so you can kind of see. I went a little bit all out because I'm that kind of person. I'm a little extra. But I also have 2 more events lined up. So if you are someone who loves to talk to people in person, if you are someone who really loves our products, this might be something that you could add into your business. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I have a waiting room on here today. I don't normally, it's a little distracting. If you love our products, maybe that's how you got joined in the business in the first place. Like me, I tried the products first. I fell in love. I saw the comp plan and I was like, this is a no-brainer. So I love talking about the products. I literally could talk about our CBD line for the rest of my life. No joke. So for me, just having conversations with people in person was really, really, really enlightening and empowering. So I found the vendor event through a Facebook group. I literally went on Facebook and searched Arizona vendor group. and added myself to a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them, and just kind of watched over time. And when I saw this event come up, I was like, okay, I think we're ready for this. My kids are old enough. Like, I'm going to go do this. It was an all day thing. My husband went with me. He was kind of like my backup. Um, and it was such a great time. Like, I was on cloud nine, you guys. So if you're interested in vendor events, I think probably the first steps would be get into some Facebook groups. This might even be possible on Instagram. I don't know. I'm not super Instagram savvy. Most of my business is off of Facebook. So I got in a Facebook group, Arizona vendors. And then once I realized, I was like, oh, this is something I want to do like regularly. So then I went into a search of finding farmers markets, because I know in my particular area, there's a ton of small business owners. Just in my neighborhood alone, I know like 5 of them. So I searched in my mom group. If you're not utilizing mom groups to help your business, please do. It's super helpful. I've gained a lot of friends. I've gained some clients. I have someone who just joined my business not long ago, who's local to me. I'm certain I met her in a mom's group. Facebook groups are super helpful for meeting new people who have similar interests. So I went into my mom's group and I said, hey, where can I find a farmer's market? I want to do one regularly. So someone sent me a ton of information. I went through the process of finding out what farmers markets in my area were the best to do. And I just kind of went through the process. So now I have one next weekend, actually at a church in Phoenix. And then on May 15th, we'll start my once a month residency, I guess, at a certain farmer's market in my area. Now we shut down for the summer because it's so hot here, but I'm now set up with them as a regular vendor at their event. And what's really cool about that is it's once a month. I get to go out, talk to people, get a little break from my kids. Any stay-at-home moms here? So I get a little break from my kids. I get to go talk to adults, have conversations. It's really cool. So what I do at my events, and you're going to hear this probably from other people who do events as well. I know there's another, Lindsay Mulhall is in my area, and she actually ranked elite in CV last month, I think, maybe executive, just from doing an event. So she does it a lot as well. So I didn't actually sell any product at my event. What I did is I set up my table. I have a binder, and all of our product sheets are laminated. So it sits out and people can flip through it and look at our products. I even have bulk program sheets in there just in case, I don't know, a salon owner comes by and they're like, oh, I want to carry your products. I'm like, cool, let's do that. I did have a display with like empty bottles. I always keep like empty bottles for taking product pictures and stuff. So I had like a little shelf with like our Q-Core. I had some hemp stuff, some stuff from our fitness line. I just wanted to showcase a little bit of everything that we had. So as people were walking up to my table, they would be like, well, what's Q Scientist? And I'm like, well, I'm glad you asked. And I kind of just go through and be like, we really have something for everyone. We have a gut line, we have a fitness and weight loss line, we have an energy line, we have a kids line, we have it all. Like if we have collagen, I mean, everything. And then I also had samples of, I think at this big event, I had 5 different drinks. So I had the whole Q Twist line. I had Kids Sport and I had our sport, the Q Sport. So this allowed people to have a variety of drinks to choose from that they could sample. And the Kids Sport was actually the most popular. It was a kids event. But that was probably the one thing that roped people in the most was the samples. And I have these little, probably should have brought it closer to me, but I had these little like trifolds that stand up and talk about each product. And then I had just had bottles of water and I would dump a packet in and have it readily available in a cooler. And then I would just give little samples. So doing a vendor event is something, it's a process. I definitely think that if it's something you want to do, make sure it's something you want to do, because you're going to spend some money getting your whole setup. thing all ordered. But from here on out, every time I do an event, I don't really have to spend any money to do that. I just get to walk out the door. I have all my stuff. Corporate does provide event samples. So if you talk to Jackie in, I think it's Jackie at qsciences.com, I believe. She can get you set up with a event package, and they go anywhere from 50-person packages to I think 200-person packages. And you can choose your products. You can get a collagen with some Fuse, with some vitamin sprays. And it's a really, really slam a deal. Really, really good price, because these are designed for sampling out to people. It's not for personal consumption. If you want to start getting into vendor events, I would definitely have a conversation with corporate. They're really, really helpful. They can even get on a Zoom with you and talk about setups. Q Sciences sells their own tablecloths. They even sell those big banners you see at events. So business cards. So I made my own business card. I don't know if you can see it. It just has all the basic information, the logo, independent business owner. It has my personal information. It has my IG tag on the back as well. So business cards are very important as well. I'm going to tell one more thing, and I want to open it up for questions. I created a QR code with an app. And what I did is I linked it to a Google form that I created. And this Google form is just a few questions. It's like name, telephone number, email, Facebook, IG handle. And then it asks some questions. What do you deal with? Are you looking to improve your sleep, energy, gut health, hormones, autoimmune, rheumatoid arthritis? I just named a whole bunch of different things. And that lets people know that like we really have products that can help everyone. And so once I got home, and I gave away a thing of Kids Core. So that's how I got people to do the QR code. As I said, I'm giving away this product at the end of the day. You just have to fill out this little form. And it's really simple. It's contactless, which I think nowadays people are still appreciating. So that was really, really fun to do, is have the little QR code. I think this next time when I do my event next weekend, I'm going to also have a QR code that goes straight to my website. I might even give away a spray for everyone who orders on the spot. Now, the one thing I will say is it was 1 out of every 7 people I got a sale from. So your odds are kind of similar to what you have online. Like not everyone you talk to is going to order from you. Not everyone that you invite to a Zoom is going to jump on, right? Not everyone you ask to join your business is going to join, unless you're, a rock star and, everyone, like people just flock to you, which is super great. But for like the average one, for me, I guess I should say, 1 in 7 people were of sales that I got. So have things available that are going to make the sales easy for you. So when I got home, I texted everyone, said, hey, thanks so much for stopping and chatting with me. I'd love to set up a time for us to chat about your health needs. When's a good time for you? And then I'd kind of fill up my calendar and have I'd set 15 minutes aside for consults, and then I'd help them get the order placed. I have someone joining. I do have to jump off in 15 minutes. So I want to open it up for questions, because I want to know, I know this is a really new topic in our organization. So if anyone here has any experience that they'd like to share so we can all learn, that'd be fantastic. And if there's any questions, I'd love to try and answer. No one? I'm going to wait a few minutes, see if anyone has a question for me. Uh-oh, one more person. Okay, I'm still getting people jumping on. So until someone jumps,
I have a question, but I'm sorry, I can't put text because my phone's being funny. But
no,
I'm just wondering,
Monica, yes.
what you're thinking, your like close rate. I've done some vendor stuff before with a previous endeavor. So I'm excited to do it with ours. Thanks for hosting this, but I'm just wondering like what you think your success or close rate is as far as like, you know, like following up with people and like, were they just looking to potentially win the product and they weren't really interested? Or did you find that people did have actually interest, you know, being able to do a consult with them live? Just kind of like feedback on that. Cause I know that like, you know, like for us down here in Florida, like it's a little pricey to get to an event, you know, like
Yeah.
you're shelling out like 100, maybe 150 to be a part of the farmers markets. And more so than that, it's like the commitment of like every single Sunday, which like totally down for the commitment.
As long as you're making
finding that
sales,
it's
yeah.
worthwhile, you know?
So because I haven't done the farmers market yet, it's hard for me to say which one is better. The big event I did, like I said, I did shell out quite a bit of money. And for me, that was okay because I walked into it knowing that I didn't have any expectations. I walked in knowing that even if I didn't make a sale, I was going to be okay. But my turnover rate was about 30%. So, hey, girlfriend, get out of here naked. Sorry. It was about 30%. That being said, I think this next time is going to be a higher rate because first of all, I only gave product away. I only put, this is probably terrible, but the only people I put in the raffle to win the prize were the people who ordered. And I know I said it was just for doing the QR code, but I feel like if someone follows through with the sale, they deserve to win. Just my opinion. So right now, my retention rate was about 30%. I feel with a smaller market, I'm going to have a higher retention rate because I'm going to have more opportunity to keep people at the booth, keep them chatting, having a conversation. People go to places like that to shop. So, Monica, I'm going to get with you after my next event and I'll let you know how that one is.
And then I had one more question.
Yeah.
Did you happen to do any of like the educational things? I know it was like a pretty large event, or like, did you have like a video of like using the digest pill, for instance, and like putting it into the pudding and having like a video of that running? So just like there's an extra way, you know, because I know there's so many people that are coming through and you're trying to chat with everybody. You basically get their info down and get a way to contact them again. But I didn't know if like you had anything like that you were kind of putting out there, or if you had thought about that. If not, like I'd totally be down to chat about that at another time because that's something that I've kind of thought about.
And I think it's a fantastic idea. I think that I didn't have an extra device to take with me. So if I had, I probably would have done a slideshow of the CEO call that Mark does on our back office is fantastic. There's so much emotion in it. Oh my gosh, I cry every time. The digest video and also the hemp video. Those are all really great videos to get people's attention because that is huge. Amelia, I'm going to answer your question in just a second. I just want you to know I saw it. Those things are huge. So I do believe that would be a really great attention getter. I do. I think that, so my friend Lindsay, she has like a trifold board, like one of those project boards, and she put before and after pictures, like collagen before and afters, fitness before and afters. So she said that was a really helpful tool as well. But I think when I do my event next week, I'm going to try and do what you were talking about, have some videos available, maybe even make a slideshow of before and after pictures to go along with it. Just have like a nice long, like, you know, I don't know, 3-minute video that kind of circulates through the whole thing and then starts all over again. So I think it's a fantastic idea if you have an extra device on hand to do that. That's great. Okay, Amelia, do you have to have a license to serve for the drink part? I did not know. So the rule was that it had to be 3 ounces or less. So I'm not technically serving a drink. I'm only giving a sample. In my area, you do have to have a certain food and beverage license to serve beverages. But because I'm only offering a sample, that was not the case. Now, I actually am not even sure I'm able to do samples at the farmer's market. I think honestly, and I will tell you, that a lot of vendors are required to do what they call a TPT, which is basically a tax license. And I didn't have to get it because I don't sell product on hand. So if, say I make my own honey and I'm selling my product, but I'm running a small business legally, I have to charge people sales tax. In that situation, I would have to have a TPT because I am selling a product and I'm charging for sales tax. But because I'm selling my product after the event is over and sales tax is charged in our back office and our website, I don't have to hold that license. So just make sure you're being clear about that when you're filling out applications. So when you get in contact with companies, also when you're driving around on the weekends, pay attention, keep your eyes open. You know, if you drive by a market and you're like, well, that looks poppin', pull over if you can, get out, find out what the market is called, go home, get on Facebook, find their Facebook page, find their website, contact them and find out how to become a vendor. So it's a little bit of legwork, but it's totally worth it. So, and everyone's different. The larger event that I did, it cost a ton, but they covered they covered the insurance, they covered all the other licenses that kind of come along with stuff. I had to pay an HOA fee for the farmer's market that I'm doing because it's in a neighborhood. So just be aware of all the little things that come along with it. If no one else has any questions, I kind of have to go. I have an opportunity call in 8 minutes. I can't hear you.
I was saying, crush it, girlfriend. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Appreciate
yes,
you.
thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for jumping in. I'll send you some pictures, Monica, okay? All right, guys. If you have any questions, I'm always available. You just reach out, okay?